Number 4 on our list, we have left tackle, Braxton Jones. So Darnell Wright came in at 8. Braxton Jones comes in here at number 4. I'm just going to ask a very straightforward question to kick off this conversation, Nick. Why is Braxton Jones ranked higher than a Darnell Wright for you?
Well, I think that obviously the Bears felt that Braxton Jones deserved another year to show improvements from his rookie season, but he's at the quarterback's blind side, Will. Like, that is a super ultra important position for this Bears offense, for Justin Fields. If we want to see what Fields can really do in just year 3, like, Braxton Jones needs to get better. And if he doesn't, well, who is there right now in this Bears roster that you could put right there? And I don't know if you're ever going to feel comfortable putting any backup there, but Braxton Jones needs to show improvement, and I think he will. But like, the concerns are, if he doesn't, man, you're in a really bad position unless you go and sign like a veteran free agent, which always could be a possibility. But he does need to show that he can lock down that left side. He wanted to be, I think he called it a cornerstone for that position. So hopefully Braxton Jones can show all of that and just show the improvements necessary. And, you know, recency bias, the last Detroit game did not go well for Braxton Jones. So we just need to see less of those snaps, those games, those, you know, just instances where you're like, man, that's not what you want to see out of your starting left tackle. So if he could show that he's capable of becoming a more consistent player, that's exactly why the Bears didn't address the left tackle position and address the other side and getting Darnell Wright.
You know, if anyone else is listening to that and our palms are getting like a little sweaty and nervous, like I was here, I'll put it into some perspective to make you relax and breathe a bit. So even though we all saw those moments and we know there's growing pains, we talked about with Darnell Wright to expect him this year, but this is year 2. We're expecting a jump. But even though Braxton Jones struggled last year, he was, if you go to PFF, the highest rated rookie offensive tackle. And that's higher than Evan Neal, Charles Cross, Nicholas Petit-Frere, like the guys that were taken in the top 2 rounds. Like, he graded out better than them. And I think his run block grade was 4 points higher than any other offensive tackle that was a rookie last season. So he does, I mean, there's a chance he can still be the steal of that draft in terms of like offensive tackles. But he has competition here, right? We just talked about all these guys that he was better than, but we all know like they were highly talented and and sought after. They're working hard. But the good news about Braxton Jones, and I really appreciated it last year in training camp when he was on our podcast earlier this offseason, he kind of talked about it too, but his mindset, that growth mindset of his, I think is a secret weapon of Braxton Jones. It allows him to continue work. He has the right mindset to get better, doesn't get too caught up in those lows, those struggles, but he does hold himself accountable, wants to be better, and is putting in the work. And if he is able to be more consistent, that's going to really help Justin Fields out this season. Again, as a run blocker last year, he was ranked pretty well for rookies. He can still grow in that regard. So there's so much where we're expecting that leap, but just you hit another good point about like who's behind him on this depth chart. I don't know, and I don't want to know. And that's why I think Braxton Jones was knocking at the door of our top 3. He was not far off for being in our top 3, ended up being here at number 4. But yeah, second year jump for him. Again, was ranked pretty well out of rookie tackles last year. And if he takes that next step, this offense is going to be so much better for it, especially Justin Fields.
No doubt about it, Will. I mean, for a 5th round draft pick to be in his position, play every single offensive snap, that's awesome from Braxton Jones. If he can get better this season, man, what a pick by Ryan Poles, and just the evaluation and just finding a guy like that in the first place and seeing him kind of just mature and grow as a player. So rooting for Braxton Jones, and hopefully we could see that in year 2 of his NFL career.